How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane, and I'm here to give you another Skeleton Knight in Another World episode review and recap. Today's episode, well, as you know, the titles for these episodes come later on in the episode, but I have found it, and I need to say it is, it is an austere elf dances for her comrades. Austere, because I had to look up how to properly say that, means strict or severe, and yeah, the elf is very austere. Austere, austere, austere. Almost bullheaded. Get it? Austere, bull. Anyway, it is my strict duty to inform you that I need you guys to please give me a like. Helps out the channel a lot. Don't forget to write a little comment down there. I want to know what you think of the series or the episode or how am I doing as a whole. Do not forget to subscribe because that's one of the big things. And as well, hit that notification bell so you can be notified of more videos just like this. It almost sounds like that when you hit that notification bell. Oh, and share the video. That's a biggie. So, this episode starts where we have the elf woman that Ark had saw episode 2. He saw her. She is currently in the forest. Before she says the pact between humans and elves, this is in her mind, is a little more than a farce. And she's walking this forest at night. She's saying human territories are moving more and more into elf land, and that's why she has to be a warrior. There's no more. Oh, sorry. There's no one who would try to help them. She is the daughter of their leader, so she must lead the charge. And then her encounter with the Silver Knight will change her destiny. She says all of this to us. And we see Ark. Oh no, she draws her blade as he comes from a cave. So, previously, Ark was chasing bandits while laughing. He is having a good rousing time of it. He has Ponta with him. The intro for this anime is also very good, so you should look that up as well. I put it in the first video's review. Actually, I put it in last video's review. It's right there in the description. Look at the description. These guys are screaming. You know, he's using all his abilities and stuff to just kill these guys. Who cares? They're bandits. They're evil. They've done a lot of stuff. And he's taken down the brigands, and he's found their war chest. Tons of gold and tons of things to be found. And he finds 2 empty cages with 2 bowls. Thinks nothing of it, and he leaves. Now, someone now, in another place, is giving a report, talking about the failed attempt to kill Lady Lauren. Also from episode 1, the young lady that a bunch of bandits tried to sexually assault. Apparently, this guy who is being talked to is a fat pig known as the Lord of Diento, Triton du Diento. He is a POS, and you should know what a POS stands for. If you don't, I can't tell you. They were able to kill her guards, but were all killed by one merc. That's our boy. He also sent those beasts over to their lands, the ones that he had to take care of episode 2. They were able to send 2 of them out, but they didn't work together, and they were still prototypes. And this guy, the guy who's reading him this information, asking why the Comrades are targeting the Liverte. Well, the dude doesn't know. He's assuming that maybe his request, that the person who's giving him the request is saying it is a request from someone on high. We see some blonde a-hole, right? And he thinks that maybe if they take over north, then they can attack the west, right? Okay, a lot of political political intrigue. You get that a lot with fantasy stuff, although I, much like other people, just prefer the spells and the lore behind stuff. I really don't care about kingdoms warring, but that is part of it. Apparently, the Liverte have been backing the West Prince, and these dudes, the people who are talking to us, these dudes are foul. Apparently, if the prince found out that they were, against everybody, against the Liverte, the prince would probably step up to them and do something about it. So they're trying to keep everything a secret. And apparently the dude's son, Udalan, he is escorting the product. What is the product? But he's escorting it, and he's thinking, man, he's just gonna get in the way, and he's all this fat pig is upset. And boy, you're gonna see why I have such animosity for this family. Besides the fact that they sent bandits to kill a girl, they were going to do a lot more than kill. So, Ark is walking out of the caves, and our busty night elf warrior attacks him. He's defending himself, and he's doing it very well. And he's barely even trying, right? He looks like he's more so trying not to hurt her. And he recognizes her. And she's saying, "Return the children that you took." And he thinks back to the cages, and he's like, "Look, I don't know what you're talking about." And of course, she's not listening. She hates humans. This is where I start going, "Oh goodness, can we not do one of these?" It's very interesting in fantasy settings. I'm not even thinking about just isekais, but in fantasy settings, as always, elves are super racist. Not just flat out. Elves are super racist, especially the fair skinned ones. Dark elves tend to be a lot nicer, but dark elves created by Gary Gygax, they were more or less modeled after black people in black society. So I won't even get into that. Maybe I'll do D&D videos sometime in the future, but not going to go too far into that. But typically in fantasies, elves are just a-holes. They think they're above everyone because they have such long lifespans, but they usually look like they have a stick up their butt, and they don't listen. Well, this one, of course, she gave us exposition earlier, so she doesn't trust humans, and she's just like, "I'm not going to trust you." And so she goes for another swing, and then Ponta pops up on his shoulder, and she kind of draws it back a bit, and he blocks it, and she jumps back, and she says, "That's a Ventu Vulpus. That is what Ponta is." She wonders what a spirit creature will be doing with a bandit. And the funny part is, he tries to tell her, "Look at me, do I look like a bandit?" She's like, "Oh, for a knight to stoop so low." I don't like when characters are that dumb. I get that you're heated and you're charged and you're looking for children, but if Art really wanted to, your journey could have ended right here. So anyway, Ponta apparently is a spirit creature, not a spirit like Ark thought he was, and based on a cotton-tailed fox. They are known to be cautious and rarely even take the elves. So for it to be with him, and he tells her, well, Ponta is a she apparently. Like, well, she's with me after I helped her out a bit, and he's playing with it. She's on top of his head now. He's kind of playing with her cheeks and everything. It's very cute. And the elf lady, blushes at the fox because I guess she likes little cute things. He explains that he's been hunting bandits as a job, and he asks her what she's doing. And she heard that there are bandits that are around hunting elves, and he remembers the cages. He does remember the cages, and he tells her, well, there wasn't anyone in there, unfortunately. And she's like, "I'm too late." Well, you know, he wonders what are they planning on doing with elves. She's like, "You don't know." He's like, "I don't know. Tell me." Elves have a high price on the slave market. And again, when he's like, he doesn't know, she's kind of like, "Oh, okay." So he tells her to wait, but she's leaving. He's like, "You're the first elf I've ever spoken with." So he wants to help him. She's like, "Nah, this is a elf issue. Humans see them, no, no, right?" And in his mind, Ark, remember, he's still a gamer. He's like, "This is basically my first quest of helping the elf woman. There's no way I'm not gonna try to help her, right?" And he's like, "I don't even know her name. She barely spoke to me." So he won't give up, but he went back. He's eating. Ponta has eaten herself into a coma, and he wakes up. Ponta saying, "I know what we're doing tomorrow." And Ponta's adorable. Just this animal companion is adorable. And this is where we got our title, because she is very austere. And he's dimension hopping, doing his dimension jump. He goes to where the elf force should be. The guild people told him this is it's a much denser force than where he met Marka at in the last episode. And by the way, I do know that I am also still an episode behind. Episode 4 is up. Don't worry, I'm gonna get that out tomorrow too. Anywho, he is in this dense forest and he hears screaming. It sounds like someone's chasing somebody. And he's like, "Oh, looks like these bones have caught a dog," which is funny because he's a bone man. Um, there's an elf girl, and Udalon is there. This dude, if you needed any more reason to hate this guy, has a bowl cut, giant, ugly nose like his fat father, and just hideous. Dude's a brat. They tell him to get the shackles on the girl. And he threatens to stab her leg with the sword if she doesn't beg, and she begs, and he's stabs her anyway. POS, guys. POS. So, he tells the guards to just lock them all up. He even threatened the other girl, saying that she needs to beg or he's gonna hurt them too. But he doesn't. No, he's vile. Like, it's been very apparent that people in this world are vile. I don't know if this is a result of Arc coming from the real world into what should be a game world that doesn't have all this. But it looks like this world is pretty crappy. Barely seeing any nice people, right? So Ark spots them. He's like, they don't treat our species right. He says, it's the age of exploration, bro. I'm going to assume that you're Japanese. I don't want to hear it. No, it's not age of exploration. In the real world, people don't treat other people of other ethnicities and other backgrounds, amongst other things. Those are the high ones, ethnicities and races. They don't treat other people right. So for Ark to be kind of shocked about this, I wonder how much he's actually, I don't know, read in the real world, but whatever. Where am I at here? So they're supposed to find any elves that have run away. They got at least, I want to say, 4 young ladies in a cage. Kind of reminds you of something that happened to Mushiko Tensei, doesn't it? So dude threatens them again, and Ark's like, you know what? The elf lady said I should stay out of it, but I can't ignore this. And of course, she runs from the other side of him. One thing I forgot to point out, another reason I said Ponta's cute, because while Ponta and Ark were chasing down those bandits, Ponta had the same shimmer blue eyes that he has when he gets his blue eye of excitement or murder. So she comes in, she cuts down a bunch of people. And they point out that she's a dark elf. Okay, she's not as dark as I've seen dark elves get, but she's a dark elf. And of course, the jerk, almost said another word. The jerk goes, I don't like feisty women, so you guys do whatever you want. They're thinking about selling her, right? Now she's very busty, and you can't see it on that picture, but these guys have been wanting to grope her anyway. She slices this guy's arm clean off. And so they go, and her movements are like a dance. The wave of her blade is connecting as she's moving around and slashing these fools. And Argus just watching. He's saying, I guess she really did need my help. Now Udon is starting to use the kids as a shield. He's like, hey, I'm gonna get him if you don't stop. And he literally cuts one girl's cheek. She's bleeding. We see all this blood. She's bleeding. And so she stops moving. They get close to her. They cut off her cape to look at her large bust, and they're about to go underneath her skirt. When, in a blink of an eye, Ark is right behind Udalon. He's like, I know I promised otherwise, but I'm here to help. You really didn't promise it either. But he gets behind this guy. And one thing I have to admit, Udalon does the nasty thing with the creepy anime characters. They lick their lip, and then they make the noise. Ugh. That's why it was very satisfying when he punches him with an arm lariat. That's what he calls it. Arm lariat is kind of saying fist punch because that's how you do a clothesline anyway. But anyway, and that can't really see that over there. That's way too bright. Again, if anybody knows how to allow for other screens to be seen by a camera, give me some tips. Anyway, he hits this dude so hard, he crashes and dents splinters a tree. So with the girls not being safe, she goes to kill these guys. She had killed at least 6 before dude threatened them. She goes and they take care of the rest. And where am I at here? So now that everyone's gone, she tells the girls, all right, I'm going to get you. I'm going to help you out. She's trying to find a key for the lock. And he's like, let me help you. And this is what gets annoying. She goes, I told you I didn't need your help. And everybody knows even wrote this. I said, so you wanted to be sexually assaulted and saved and then sold off as well? Because there was no point in between there where you didn't want to endanger them. So you were going to try to think of it as they were going to have their way. No, that wouldn't have turned out right. And I think a lot of us have seen stuff where that wouldn't turn out right. But he said, and he gets her good. He says, I assume the safety of these children was more important, which just gives her like love. People have shock faces all weekend. Dude grabs that lock, just breaks it with his bare hands, and I love the fact that he shocked her dumb butt. So he says to the girls, "I'm a friend. No need to be afraid." This hulkling man with the gleaming eyes, and the girls all kind of run back to the edge of the cave, or the cage, and the elf woman has to get in between. She's like, "Hey, just come in." They've been calling her One-chan. That's the Japanese way of saying sister or lady. It's a type of greeting they do, right? Now you know if you don't know. That's kind of the same reason why younger folk will call someone who's not old but older than them if they're male Oni-chan, like big brother, big sister, right? So they all have these collars on that are called, where are they at here? They're called mana eating collars, which is the reason why the young elf girls, children could not use their magic. And she's saying, I can't remove these here. And I love the fact that Art goes, we need to see about getting these moved. And she's like, I just said I couldn't. He just ignores her and he does uncurse. Uncurse pops the thing off. And then he sees this is the girl that Udon stabbed in the thigh. And he used healing to heal her. And she's the young girl is now super friendly towards him. You know, he's like, are you hurt anywhere? She's like, no, I'm good. And then he pats her head. Our elf warrior is shocked that he's able to use healing magic and curse dispelling with minimal incantations. So this human is no ordinary person, and he helps the other girls too. And they've all taken liking to him so much. Remember, Ark is massive, so he does the thing where he lifts the kids up on the arms and stuff like that. They're all having a good time. Elf warrior woman whistles, and out of nowhere, a bird that looks like a parrot appears and lands on her arm. And she tells him, hey, the girl's been rescued. Send for someone to get them. Tells them the location. They're at the forest near Diento. So the bird flies off. They're not far from the main road, and Ark's like, what the heck was that? It is a whispering fowl. Whispering fowl are a type of spirit creature that can repeat any speech and deliver messages. So that's what the elves use because humans cannot tame them very well. And of course, Ark, he's from our world, so he's like, oh, so he's like a messenger pigeon with a voice recorder. And I'm thinking to myself, or a messenger parrot. Of course, she doesn't know what a voice recorder is. He's like, hey, don't worry about it. So he's cheering because he's like, this is super fantasy, and the movements he's doing. Ponta, this cute nine-tailed fox, green nine-tailed fox, is doing the same thing. Even when he does his chin, Ponta does the same thing with her paw. I cannot get enough of that. Eventually, two elves in cloaks come and they take the girls home. And Ark is like, well, this is where we part. And the girls seem, he is a hit with children. And the children, they're just kind of sad. He's like, hey, don't worry. If you run into more villains, I will come running to your aid. He does the supersonic run comedy thing, and then he poses. Kamen Rider poses. They say thank you, Mr. Armor, which is funny. Bye bye in English. I love that. Elf woman says he's a strange human. She's only heard of barbaric humans, and he's able to use legendary teleportation magic as well. And she's saying, just who are you? And he's saying, I'm really nobody. I'm just a traveling mercenary. My name is Ark. This is Ponta. Ponta's adorable because Ponta's going Q. The whole time is Q. This is my traveling companion. Her name is Ariane Glennis Maple. Glennis is not spelled the way you think Glennis is spelled, but Glennis Maple. AGM. Elf Warrior, she says you have my gratitude. And he said, I only did what needed to be done. At this point, a person named Daka, his whispering fowl appears, and this thing is talking. Ark's like, this thing spoke. So it's repeating the voice of, I guess, this Daka person, telling her that apparently they've set up their HQ in Diento Forest. They're going to rescue the others. And she says, so you're a mercenary, right? He's like, yep. In that case, I would like to hire you right now. And that's where our episode ends. Episode 4 It's going to be called Infiltrating the Slave Market in Search of the World's Evil. World's Evil is capitalized. So, interested in knowing what the world's evil is. That's one. Two, I'm loving the ending of this song. Three, I also love that this show is so good, so succinct, so to the point that it doesn't take me 30 minutes to review it. Yeah, Isekai season, y'all. I know many more people, or many other people, are watching Shield Knight. I really wanted to do Shield Knight. I really wanted to cover that first season, but I'm going to have to find another way to cover that first season because the normal place I watch it, for some reason, got rid of it. But they brought in season 2. Why wouldn't a new person might want to watch season 1? I'm assuming it's going to come back. Hulu's really weird with stuff like that because when it came to Demon Slayer, they took Demon Slayer down because they were putting together the Mugen Train arc, which was season 2, and then season 2, which was the Red Light District. They were having both together, but they split up the Mugen Train arc and put the Red Light District arc as something else, which I can understand that they're technically different arcs, but whatever. It leads to moments where you can't find things. So eventually, I will get to season 1 of Shield Knight. Eventually, I need to finish up Shaman King. And eventually, we will have to talk about Shield Knight season 2. But for right now, we're talking about Skeleton Knight. Shield Knight? Sorry, Shield Hero. Sorry, Shield Hero. But we're talking about Skeleton Knight. This show's nice. I'm happy that first episode, because now for every episode they always have that disclaimer at the top, like it might have some things that could disturb you. Viewer discretion is advised. I appreciate that there's this underlayer of danger. Like it's lighthearted, but it's letting you know people can die, people can be assaulted in various ways, and there's a lot of bad people out here. So I like that we have a hero that's like, I never killed anybody before, but these are bad guys, and I really don't feel bad about it because of what they were going to do. Fair is fair, right? I look forward to seeing what happens if he has to actually fight a human who is going to do bad. Well, bandits are humans, aren't they? I'm pretty sure Ark is going to go through something. He has to, right? Or maybe he doesn't. Maybe that's the charm of this show, that he doesn't have to go through the normal things that other main characters of isekais go through. Who knows? I have not seen every isekai, but I've seen some isekai. Yes, Inuyasha counts as an isekai. But yeah, what would I give this episode? I give it a 4. Episode 3 gets a 4 out of 5. Not perfect, not bad. I appreciate the world building. I appreciate a nice way of doing exposition, as opposed to having someone sit there and constantly talk to Ark and be like, this is what this is and this is what this is. We get the backstory of, okay, this is why episodes 1 and 2 happen. They're telling us. Ark will find that out later. Doesn't matter. But then you have someone that does have to do a little bit of exposition, and it's done in a decent way. He's like, I don't know much about elf culture. I'm going to need you to talk to me. Oh, well, here are these things that you wouldn't know because you're a human. And also because apparently this stuff must... I wonder why he's not addressing some of this stuff is new to him when he's played this game. Like, he has OP armor, OP weapons. He's stuck as a skeleton face for now. Probably never going to change. I wonder if he's going to show Ariane... Is her name Arena or Ariane? Ariane. I want to call her Maple so bad. I wonder if he's going to show Maple his actual face, and that will probably make her get closer to him, right? Maybe it'll make her go, "Oh, you're not really human." No, he's human, just not normal human. But who knows? 4 out of 5. Let me know what you thought of episode 3 in the comment section down below. Please do not forget to give this video a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos just like this. And as always, share the video so others can see what a great time we're having. I thank you all for taking some time out to spend some time with me. Please, be good, be blessed. Wash your hands, wear a mask. Be safe out there, everybody. be good to yourself, be good to others. Don't be a jerk out of the way it goes, and I will most definitely see you guys next time.